Hi, I'm Tom from Davison Orchards, and we're out in the pears here in the middle of blossom time. And I just thought it'd be fun to tell you a little bit about the pollination process and blossoms. And this is a really important time for us in the orchard. And so we are extremely happy to have beautiful days like this. Not just because we like beautiful days, but because it's so important for all of our pollinators to get out and doing their job. And so this is a perfect scenario. We're in the pears. These are the oldest trees on Davison Orchards. They're 32 years old this year, and so they've been growing pears for a long time. The combination of this great weather and the full bloom is fabulous for our pollinators to get to work. And of course, bees, people think of honeybees when they think of pollinating, but actually there's a whole bunch of pollinators. Everything from butterflies to wasps, and actually the very best pollinator is bumblebees. And bumblebees are awesome because they work when it's cold and they work when it's windy. And they're also kind of clumsy, so when they visit the flowers, they kind of stumble around, and that's awesome for spreading the pollen around. And so we love our bees, and we're fortunate because we do have our farm situated where there's a lot of open range country, and so there's a lot of wild bees. So a couple of funny things though about pollination, and we're in the pears. Pears are actually the hardest of the tree fruits to pollinate, and that's because they're not that attractive to bees, because the flowers, the pollen, the nectar is not a very high sugar content. And so bees are smart enough to have flavor and taste buds, and they like to go to where the sugar content is the highest. So if we had three categories, we would say pears are at the bottom end, lower sugar content, and apples would be in the medium category. And ironically, we're standing where you will be able to see lots of dandelions on the ground. And dandelions are very high sugar content and very attractive to bees. And so people are often not happy to have a lot of dandelions in their lawn or even in their orchard, but we like them because they come out early in the spring and they get the bees coming into the orchard to feed on the dandelions. And bees are creatures of habit, so once they start feeding in the orchard, they're likely to keep coming back here as long as there's something to eat. So they come in for dandelions and they get started, then when the orchard begins to open up and bloom, then away they go. They'll keep moving into some of the other blossoms. And even the pears, although they'll do that somewhat reluctantly. But when the weather's great and there's lots of bees moving, the pears will get pollinated just fine.